There's no doubt if you drive a car in St. Louis, you've noticed a lot more bicycles on the streets and a lot more bike lanes.
And a lot more road rage and a lot more people, get out of my way.
And Ralph Pfremmer here, Executive Director of Trailnet, may be responsible for all of that, Joy. Ralph, thanks for joining us today.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm not sure if that's what I want to accept as being responsible for, but I can tell you it's a collaborative effort of people that have responsible for this uptick. We have had an uptick in commuter riders, and those that use their bicycle for transportation.
And all ages too. It's amazing.
It is all ages, and it's interesting. We have the millennial generation, the baby boomer generation. We're basically the same size.
Well, yeah, and plus, you feel guilty if you have any bad thoughts about bicyclists because it's so green and it's so good, and think you should be on the bike, not them, and all of this. But
everyone should ride a bicycle.
What makes you mad is they go right through the red light when you have to stop, and they're not obeying the rules. Now, come on. But
she's going straight to it, isn't she?
No, right down to the jugular.
Well, we do have a responsibility as bikers in order to make sure that we get it right. We have to follow the rules. We have to make sure that we're doing everything right. And there's a certain amount of us that don't do it so well.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they don't know the rules.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not
I think it's
well defined.
I think that confidence is a big factor. There's a lot of people that aren't confident.
I see that in the bike shorts.
Mm-hmm. So we're labeling only
cool helmet and the shorts. They're confident.
So if they're dressed like ready to go to work, then that's not very comfortable.
When you're behind them and you're like, wow, I couldn't pull off those bike shorts, but
yeah, it's about confidence and look and style as well. And there's a distinctive style. But seriously, there are riders that sometimes don't obey the law, and there are laws, and we're represented through the law as being able to ride as a vehicle. As bicyclists, but there's always those that may not understand it as well. And I think confidence plays a large part of it. Mm-hmm. Confidence meaning those riders feel comfortable riding in traffic.
And they should. I mean, that's where the cooperation comes in. Mm-hmm. But Ralph, let's talk about Trailnet.
Yeah,
this organization
is it just bikes or is it
walking
and hiking?
It's absolutely walking and biking. What we try to do, what the whole goal, and we're an advocate, we're an advocacy group, we're funded in many different ways, but we like to make walking and biking better in St. Louis. And safer. Safe is a big thing right now. We've had a lot of pedestrian issues. Mm-hmm. And so we're trying to correct that, and we're getting the city on board, and the city's actually on board. We got to pull the county together. We got St. Charles County. As a region, we can be better.
Something about Trailnet that just fascinates me is the size of the organization, the number of people at the executive level, the board of directors, the staff, in addition to all the volunteers. That's amazing. How long has Trailnet been in St. Louis, and how did that happen?
We've been around for 26 years.
That could account for that.
26 years. We started as a bicycle fun club. We got into building and producing trails, the Grants Trail, the Riverfront Trails. Over time, then we became an advocacy group. And what we really are doing is, you think about three different things. We want to attract and retain talent in our community. St. Louis and the troubles that we've had recently, by gosh, what can we come up with something that's going to brand us out a little bit differently?
Yeah,
and being an active living community, we have the ability to be that way because other communities, other cities, peer cities are doing it, and we have to compete. So the active living component is very, very important. We need to make it safe for those people. Walking and biking needs to be safer. We need to educate community on how to do that and how to use active transportation as a result. As a result of all that, we get better public health, and guess what? Better economic development.
Tell us about the Active Living Awards.
Well, it's our biggest fundraiser of the year. This year, as a musician myself, I said, well, how can we really spice this up? How can we, and predominantly our demographic has been the older side, a little bit more the baby boomer type. We want to engage young people. They're the ones that want this. Statistically, these types of facilities built, the built environment changed to be able to accommodate better walking and biking. So we decided to do a concert as part of our Active Living Awards.
Nice.
So Martin Sexton's coming in, and he's going to do a performance at 8 o'clock. But we also have an awards ceremony upstairs at the Sheldon just prior to that.
When?
It's on October 22nd. It's a Thursday, really easy to get to right down, in Midtown.
And anybody can go?
Anybody can go. We have 2 different levels. VIPs, tickets are $150. Butler's Pantry is stepping up. They're going to have a wonderful buffet. We're going to, Mark Reardon is going to co-host with me. We're going to do some, from Camelx. We're going to, the recipients are they've been decided upon by a committee that it's really the recipients represent those that have helped us impact our mission. And our mission is to make walking and biking better in St. Louis, to lead in fostering that.
But I also like what you said about branding us in a different way and putting that out to the United States.
It is. When you think of Portland, Oregon, or
well, you think of biking
even,
when you think of Portland, Oregon.
Right, in Indianapolis, Nashville, Tennessee, Minneapolis, even Oklahoma City, they have embraced this. And we have embraced it too. In the city of St. Louis, I'm telling you, we got some real progressive-minded people that are saying this is very necessary for us. Now, we think regionally. We want the whole region to be that way. So sometimes I'm encouraging other counties to get on board with this type of thing. But together, if we're going to hey, we got a great football team, we got a great basketball, or we don't have a basketball team, we have a great football team, a great baseball team, yes. Hockey team, but it's not just that. We are an active, living community that can be used in a sense that will attract our talent or keep them here from the universities that are graduating.
Yeah.
The Active Living Awards, October 22nd at Sheldon Concert Hall and Art Galleries. Now, you said $150, but if you just want to see Martin Sexton and hear music from mixtapes,
only $35.
$35 at MetroTix.
Right,
nice.
MetroTix. Go to MetroTix and search Martin Sexton. You'll find it. Plenty of seats left. The Sheldon is such an amazing place to see a concert. Martin's been here a couple different times, and this is a very, very solid show. This guy's excellent, so I don't recommend missing.
Well, that's within reach for everybody, so that's great. Because I was thinking, if you're looking at the young people to bring in the funding, they're the ones without the money.
It's really about trying to embrace the general community. I'm going to pitch a small. We have a little video we're going to show, and all.
Good, and go to trailnet.org to find out lots more about Trailnet, about who's winning the awards.
Exactly.
And anything else you want to know. Thank you so much, Ralph.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So nice to have you. And thanks to Clayton's Bakery and Deli in De Pere, offering fresh-made baked goods using recipes from St. Louis's earliest history and fresh baked bread right from the bakery. They made our segment possible today. They're at 11,744 Manchester Road in De Pere.